here. Yeah, I just started the recording as well. Okay. So yesterday we just initiated about what is functions, what is cloud functions, what are the use of it, how we can use it. Just we have been initiated yesterday. So today I would like to go some more in the deep dig and we can start the lab of cloud functions, how we can use the cloud functions, how we can deploy our piece of applications in the stateless model over the HTTP means web browsers basically means applications we will be accessed over the web browsers, right? So in our case, it's the HTTP or HTTP protocols, nothing but we are calling as a APIs basically. So here, the topic about cloud functions, basically this is one of the part of, serverless computing. Of course, we can say one of the option as well, because we have three as a part of serverless computing. One is the app engine, second is the cloud run, and third is the cloud functions. After completion of this class, I will do segregate between these three and where we can use it, what kind of a things, where we can use, when we can use, what are the uh, limitations are there. I will explain you in the very detailed manner. So before going to this, yesterday we also talking about source repositories, especially in the context of GCP, means Google Cloud. So we have initiated about source repository. For that, yesterday we just created one empty repository. So today we have to play with GCP repository as well. You know how to clone the projects and everything, but still I would like to want to show you today with G repository. We are calling as a G repo, right? Google repo, whatever. So today we can play with G repository as well, how we can maintain the code. So this thing will give you some overlook in terms of live projects. Like live projects lo ela code ni maintain చేస్తారు repositories లో, instead of doing regular our normal git and all those things, third party tools, right? But today we are using our own Google product, like Google G repos and Google source repository we are calling as. So today we have to play with that as well. Similar kind of a commands only, nothing new, but still you can get some handy because of a live environment feel on this. So that is the one thing yesterday we have been initiated. So today we can push some code into empty repository by using of git commands. Nothing will change, similar kind of commands only, nothing, we cannot use any new command here. Okay, that is one point. Then once my repository is ready, then how we can initiate the lab to implement cloud functions for deploying of my application here. So let me open two lab scenario first for this purpose. If you see this lab scenario, I got a requirement from my customer. What is that? They are maintaining some repository in order to maintaining the code. Where is my code? Generally we are talking as a, it is available in the centralized repository, right? Here also grepo also one of the centralized repository only. We have a options like, if my customer is using third party tools like git, we have to go with the git as a part of version control system. Then if my customer is using already, which is inbuilt, which is available in my Google console, which is where we are calling as a grepo, then we have to work with grepos. So it doesn't matter what it is, because the rest of the process commands everything is same, but based on the customer whatever they are using, as an engineer I have to follow it, or project members we have to follow it or not. So here they are maintaining one code stored in source repository. In our case it's a cloud source repositories, nothing but a grepos. And by using of the requirement is, we have to use some cloud function deploying some piece of code. Of course we have a GCP under the serverless, we have a cloud function kind of a concept. So soon we can do implementation. So end of the day my application has to be open, like open some kind of application over the browser is nothing but a Windows application we are using, sorry, Windows operating system we are using. I can open my application over the browser. It could be HTTP, but we cannot use HTTPS because HTTPS protocol, HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol, it's kind of a web protocol basically, one of the, we have many protocols right over the market, right? So similarly HTTP also one of the protocol where we can using over the web and matter. We have a HTTPS protocol, yes means secure and matter. So let me show you for better understanding. Daily your people are opening like Google or something like that. Okay, shit. Let me say if I open just Google, small any website you can open. What happening here? You might see the lock button, right? This lock button indicating this google.com is using HTTPS protocol. If you click on this, if you see his connection is secure, means they are using protocol for customers like us. If I am using google.com, then definitely it should be secure, right? Otherwise, there is a chance to hack by some anonymous user, something like that. So, but in our in our case, uh, in normal cases, because we need to pay, if I want to use HTTPS, means I need to pay again license for that protocol, right? So for practicing purpose, we can use only HTTP. If application is already purchasing their own, means we can use the HTTPS kind of things and all those stuff. So if you copy this, Control A, Control C, if you open any notepad, simply it is showing HTTPS here. If you see here, HTTPS, but they are google.com, they have purchased some kind of certificates, like secure certificates, like SSL certificates we are calling. So during that kind of thing, live projects, they can use HTTPS, but for our practicing purpose, we can use only HTTP. Nothing will not there, I made only security, that's it. So we can host end of the lab, we can host this kind of a scenario on matter. So let's go to there. So what is the console of GCP? Console.cloud.playsheet. Cloud.google.com. So I'm just logging into my GCP console. However, we are daily logging, right? So I'm just logging into my GCP console. First of all, let me check my billing, because I'm using the resources. Recently, I didn't check my billing balance. Okay, just give me a moment, because I know since last 2 days and I'm not deleting the resources. Okay, 22,218 rupees. I lost, not lost. I mean, they deducted 400 credits. Okay, no problem. It's a fair enough. Okay, let's go to my APIs. Let me cross check. Yesterday also we have been cross checks whether respective APIs are enabled or not. Today also I will be cross verify. So in the APIs, in the library, let's go fast, because you know very well how we can enable or disable the APIs, right? So first thing is source repo. So its API is enabled. Just get back. The second API is functions. Yeah, cloud functions. Yeah, this API also enabled. And the last service is build one, because we need to build our code today by using our functions. This is cloud build API. So this is also enabled, means if you want to use cloud functions, definitely these three APIs are the prerequisites where you're supposed to be enabled. Otherwise, you cannot proceed. So definitely it will throw the error. This API is disabled. So please enable it in order to deploy your piece of code like that. 1 minute, guys. Let me bring my water. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, just went for water. Yeah, three APIs are enabled. So let's go to my repository. Yesterday we have created one empty repository, right? So where is my repository? So in GCP console, go to your CI/CD. Where is my CI/CD? Yeah, this is CI/CD. We have a source repository. Yeah, yesterday I have created one repository. The name is like my first repo hack one. You can give any name here. So once I have created one repository, currently it is empty repository. So as a developer, just assume JSON. Okay? So developers normally what we can do, developers will check in the code, right? Whatever they have implemented, like applications or whatever. So they're supposed to be checking the code or not. So first of all, we will clone some repository because we are not developers, right? So basically, basically as a regular part of, we are taking some kind of a projects from the internet, right? So today also we have one project. So we will take we will take that kind of a project, then we can try to clone it. Then the same project we can clone into inside this particular repository. So I have one project which are implemented by someone, developers. So for practicing purpose, I took it from the internet. If you want, you can go and check that. I will share it in the documentations as well. Let me share it here as well. For just time being, I'm just shared here. Anyhow, I can manage, when I'm preparing the documentation, I can manage all links inside your step-by-step documentation. So once my is ready, then let's go to my, where is my active shell. So yeah, it's taking some time. Yeah, I think so. It's great. So first of all, today I just log into this session, right? So I need to set my project first. What is the command? We are regularly using this command, gcloud, like, sorry, gcloud space, config space, set space, project. What is my project ID? This is my project ID. So I'm just setting my project because wherever is supposed to be deployed, we need to set that project property, right? So gcloud config set project space, just right click, paste. So it about to update this property. It will do authorize because it is taking my subscription username and password behind my API. Then it is updated my property element. That means this Cloud Shell window will recognize, okay, whatever we are doing here, it has to be applied to under this particular project. Because we have a 2 or 3 projects. In the real time, you might have 10 or 20 projects. If I'm taking one window from one project, I'm doing some activities which supposed to be do it for another project. It's a meaningless, right? Whatever we are doing, it will goes to another project. It is not at all a right scenario. Let's say why we are setting means I have project 1 and I have project 2. I log in into this shell and doing some commands which is related to project 2. Means whatever we are doing completely for second project, it will apply to first project, which is not a decent, right? It's not make sense, right? So that is why we have to tell towards Cloud Shell, first we need to set this property, otherwise it will mess up. So that's why gcloud space config space set space project space your project name. That means this Cloud Shell will activate and will map it or align to this particular project, whatever we have given the project ID. Okay, so let's come to just align. After align, now I need to clone my particular resource. So first of all, so my project is available inside the CI/CD pipe. I mean the column inside the CI/CD. First of all, I need to bring that. So for that, we have a command like this is new command, guys. First time we are using. Just try to remember. Gcloud space source space repo space colon and my repo name. So what is my repo name? This is my repo name. My first repo. So sorry, my first repo. So once I use this command, simply it is taking from grepo to this particular Cloud Shell anomaly. Nothing but clone. It's a clone kind of thing. Okay. So now I can clone my original repository here. So here git clone. This is a regular command. What is my project? This is my project. Paste. And this one project who has developed by some developers, nothing much. Last time we have provided this from some image gallery, this one another. Today I'm taking some different project, but the difference is we are checking the code means మీరు ఈ రోజు మనమే డెవలపర్స్ మనమే క్లౌడ్ ఇంజనీర్ లాగా ఒక జస్ట్ మైండ్ లో సినారియో అర్థం చేసుకోండి బికాస్ ఐ ఆమ్ ఎ డెవలపర్ ఐ నీడ్ టు చెక్ ఇన్ ద కోడ్ ఫస్ట్ మీకు అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కావాలి లెట్ మీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ సమ్ స్మాల్ సినారియో హియర్ ఎందుకంటే అర్థం కాకపోతే మళ్ళీ బ్లైండ్ గా చేసుకున్నట్టు ఉంటుంది మీకు సో సి ద ఫ్లో ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ డయాగ్రామ్ first developer is maintaining code inside the repository so we have created one repository here which is grepo సో నేనేం చేశాను ఇప్పుడు ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ ని ఇంటర్నెట్ ని తీసుకొని క్లోనింగ్ టు దిస్ రిపోజిటరీ అంతే చేస్తాను దట్ ఈస్ ద ఓన్లీ డిఫరెన్స్ రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్ వీ నో వి జస్ట్ అబౌట్ టు డూ సింప్లీ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ క్లౌడ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఈ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ మీకు తెలుసు యూ నో వెరీ వెల్ దిస్ ఇస్ నార్మల్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఓన్లీ నథింగ్ మచ్ బట్ కొద్దిగా ప్రొసీజర్ మారుతుంది బికాస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు నో హౌ క్లౌడ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ విల్ యూజ్ రైట్ సో కొద్దిగా ప్రొసీజర్ మారుతుంది అంతే అక్కడ సో once I clone that project then what I can do I can go inside my thing sorry ll where is my project yeah inside that yeah let me do it here because I need to do copy so first of all what I can do I need to copy these files let's say whatever we clone right now right so I just do copy first once I did copy then I can push into my repository for that what we can do నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నానంటే ఈ క్లౌడ్ లో ఉన్న ఫైల్ ని ఈ పబ్లిక్ రిపోజిటరీలో ఉన్న ఫైల్స్ ని నేనైతే క్లోన్ చేశానో ఈ రెపోలోకి కాపీ చేస్తున్నాను ఈ రెపో ఎక్కడుంది మనకి లెట్స్ సే వేర్ ఈస్ దిస్ ఈజ్ మై రెపో అంటే సింపుల్ గా అండి ఈ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఉన్న ఫైల్స్ ని ఈ ఫోల్డర్ కాపీ చేస్తాను మన విండోస్ లో 2 ఫోల్డర్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి ఒక ఫోల్డర్ నుంచి ఒక ఫోల్డర్ కాపీ చేస్తాను వై దిస్ ఈజ్ మై పబ్లిక్ రిపోజిటరీ నేను ఎక్కడ నుంచి ఇంటర్నెట్ నుంచి తీసుకున్న రిపోజిటరీ ఇది నా ఇక్కడ సినారియో ఏంటి ఐ సపోజ్ టు బి put my piece of code into my particular grepo where we are calling as a where is that sorry I said wrong okay so e folder nunchi e folder copy chestam not from here to there okay whatever I have cloned the repository from the internet then I put it into my private repository not private sorry my g repository ఇందాక రాంగ్ చెప్పాను రివర్స్ లో చెప్పాను నేను మీకు సో ఇక్కడ ఉన్న కంటెంట్ ని తీసుకొచ్చి నేను ఇక్కడ కాపీ చేస్తున్నాను అంటే ఫోల్డర్ ఏ నుంచి ఫోల్డర్ బి లోకి కాపీ చేస్తున్నాను విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ లాగా రైట్ సో హియర్ we have some commands let cp command many people you might aware of it cp means copy command linux lo gaani meer eppana use chesi untaru so the copy command is what copy is supposed to be do this is my folder a meeku kodiga ardhamaye language cheptunnanu so this is my folder a inside that inside where we have let me take it cloud inside we have a cloud functions first I will check the path so first I will log in into this particular thing then I can take path directly ala kodi easy ga avutundi anamata inside that what ll inside what we have a lot of projects here we are doing this particular cloud functions lab anamata okay so for this I need to go path here so cd cloud functions so once you did pwd I will take all content ee path lo unna folder na copy avali so let me put it here cp space my path current path from here so forward wildcard star is the wildcard guys wildcard means in the linux commands or ubuntu any kind of a operating system kind of commands whatever inside the folder this is my first folder this is my second subfolder inside that whatever I have a files I supposed to be copy that the meaning of this wildcard this is star indicating that wildcard expression antaru in technical term lo wildcard expression antaru ఇది ఏం ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది అంటే whatever inside the files this is my main folder right this is my subfolder ఈ subfolder ఉన్న అన్ని ఫైల్స్ ని కాపీ చేయాలి అని దాని మీనింగ్ చెప్తుంది అన్నమాట స్పేస్ ఎక్కడికి టార్గెట్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది నాది మై ఫస్ట్ రెపో దిస్ ఈజ్ మై రిపోజిటరీ టార్గెట్ అన్నమాట సో సేమ్ కమాండ్ I can do copy So directly I can run it here. CP means copy space current location of the file paths, star indicating that take all files and whatever అది 1 ఉండొచ్చు 2 ఉండొచ్చు 10 ఉండొచ్చు 100 ఉండొచ్చు 1000 ఉండొచ్చు space my target location means బాగా సింపుల్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంటే ఫోల్డర్ బి అన్నమాట. మనం జస్ట్ చెప్పుకున్న సినారియో. జస్ట్ what happened, no such side directory తప్పించామా ఏమన్నా. something wrong. Can't start copy. Why? Oh, I am inside the cloud function lab. Okay, sorry, I'm just coming one step back. Okay, so yeah, here my files are there. So just I'm running the same. No. Yeah, it's copied now. Okay, so let's go to double check చేద్దాం. my first repo లోకి వెళ్ళి photo లోకి వెళ్ళి double check చేద్దాం. So cd space my first tab. Yes, it's copied. Whatever we have, it's copied it here. Okay, so let's go. We will regular command చెప్పండి. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చెప్పను, నేను కొన్ని ఫైల్స్ ని పెట్టాను మన న్యూ రిపోజిటరీలో. సో ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు సీ ద బ్రాంచ్ ఫస్ట్, వాట్ ఇస్ ద కమాండ్. అందుకే ఈరోజు మీకు స్టార్టింగ్ లో నేను ఏం కమాండ్ చెప్పలేదు, ఎందుకంటే ఈ ల్యాబ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ మీకు కవర్ అవుతుందండి. సో వాట్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ కమాండ్, git status. So how many files we have added? Like 1 2 3 files are being added here. And what is the branch name here? It's not showing git branch. Why it's not showing? It should show git branch. Okay, I will check it later why git branch is not working here. So once I change the file, I need to add git space add space dot. I'm going bit fast because you know very well about these commands. Git, once I added git commit -m, let's say project check-in with the project will do, let's say women greetings invitation project, some XYZ project. Yeah, it's shit, I forget. Yeah, if you see here, first time ఇది మీకు ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది, ఫస్ట్ అంతకుముందు రాలేదు ఎప్పుడు మనకి, రైట్? కెన్ ఎనీబడి గెస్ ఇట్? ఇట్ ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్ ఎర్రర్ కాదు, యాక్చువల్ గా fatal error అని చూపిస్తుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్ రన్ దీస్ టూ కమాండ్స్ అని. వై? బికాస్ వెన్ యూఆర్ క్లోన్ లోకల్లీ ఆల్రెడీ యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ మనము రిజిస్టర్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఇచ్చేస్తున్నాం మనం, రైట్? సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఇది ఫస్ట్ రిపోజిటరీ కాబట్టి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫస్ట్ టైం కమిట్ కాబట్టి, సో దిస్ ఇస్ వన్ టైం సెటప్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ యువర్ ఈమెయిల్ విచ్ ఈస్ బీయింగ్ రిజిస్టర్డ్ అండ్ యువర్ నేమ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ అనమాట. సో సింపుల్, టేక్ దీస్ టూ కమాండ్స్, నో నీడ్ టు రిమెంబర్, ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ఆల్రెడీ అదే మీకు ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుంది. సో జస్ట్ టేక్ ఇట్ హియర్. This is the only one time setup, guys. Okay, for empty repository, empty repository can, this is the standard process. Once you check in the code, then next time you can use your regular command, no need to give every time. So for this I am giving my name, so gmail.com name, you can give anything. Okay, I'm giving these two names because this is my repo, so you can give it whatever you want. And first I'm setting my email ID, then second I am setting my username. Once I have done, I can run my commit. Yeah, once I committed, if you see here, 3 files are changed, 14 insertions are like that, right? So once it is done, what is the next command? If you anybody remember? No problem. So you need to push
origin.
Yes, correct. So git push origin our main branch. Yeah, today also directly I have checked into master code only, but it's not a best practice, but చాలా చేశాను కాబట్టి నేను కాన్ఫిడెంట్ గా పెట్టేసాను. బట్ ఇన్ ద లైవ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఇన్ ద ప్రైవేట్ బ్రాంచెస్. ఓకే, So let's go to our repository now. So go and just refresh your repository. See, your code is available. Who has made? This is the author. Everything will track here. మీరు నిన్న అన్నారు కదా సమ్ వర్షనింగ్ చెప్పారు కదా, సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఏ వర్షన్ ఇక్కడ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేసినా ఎవ్రీథింగ్ మీకు ట్రాక్ అవుతుంది. ఎవరు వాళ్ళ ఐడి ఏంటి, రియల్ టైం అయితే ఇక్కడ మీ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి పడుతుంది. Means whatever you are using in the real time, the people who are having their email IDs from the official domain, official office email ID, right, that will print here along with the ID. This means whenever you're committing something, ID will generate here, right? Everything they will track it here. Means if someone came, ఇది ఎందుకు ఇలా వర్షన్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే, if you're putting into my customers repository, someone has made some mistake before version control systems, what happening, people, someone did some mistake, deployment is failed because of that. Just assume like that. Who has made within the team? Nobody will not say, right? Because the mistake was done, so nobody will not accept it. But once version control system is introduced over the market, there is no hidden, there is no lies. Whoever has done everything, it will be tracked here. Not only repository, not only Git, any version control systems, they have a track. That's why I'm calling as it's a tracking in terms of code maintenance, right? So let's go to every file. It's looking like whatever we have done, everything is here. If you see here, everything we have here. Of course, in readme file, they have written some kind of checking. So this kind of thing, Python scripting will written by developers. So accordingly, our role is from here, our role, we have to deploy Anamata. So for that, so let me some edit code here. It's opening. Yeah. So I'm just maximizing my screen here. Oh shit. Yeah. So this is my piece of code here, wherever we are. Good branch. Yeah, now it is showing. Why? Because that are the first empty repository. That is why it is not showing. When we check in that, it is showing now Git branch. It is showing my master code here. So let's I will do one dummy check-in for one more practice time. Okay, let me change something. Vi main. Otherwise I can modify, because I need to go user friendly. Okay, so let me modify something. Greeting from Women's International. ఇది ఒక HTML scripting language అండి. ఇది వాళ్ళు they have implemented some kind of app which is written in the some HTML kind of things. Apart from that, I don't know much here. Okay, so I'm just changing some kind of lines where we can do customize. So greetings from Women's International Day, right? So let's check that git status. One file is being changed here. Git add dot git commit -m, like code changes. Then git push origin, my target branch, in my case master. Yeah, it's done, almost done. Yeah, it's done now. So let's go and refresh it. Yeah, so whatever I have done, the changes are modified here, but still we haven't deployed my piece of code. So let's go and deploy my piece of code using cloud functions. So these are all prerequisites in order to deploy any application using cloud functions. So once it is ready, just go navigation. Where is my cloud functions? This is my cloud functions. This, I think, close it. Yeah. So already API is enabled. Simply I can create application here. And what is that? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So This environment, just forget about it. This environment related information I will talk it when I was talking about DevOps concepts లో ఈ environment ది మీకు explain చేస్తాను, because if I start now again it will take some different scenario context. As of now I'm simply taking first gen, but in another when by tomorrow onwards we can start DevOps things, right? So when we are using this thing, definitely I will explain you what is environment, what is gen, what is stages. We have a lot of things to discuss about the environmental areas. Okay, so I'm just taking by default value now and give some function name. What is my application? Women's Day, just like that. So I'm taking normal region, any region you can take it. So my application would be HTTP. I told you, right? The trigger type would be a HTTP, means web browser application. So I'm allowing as unauthenticated because always I don't want to go username and my password. So require HTTPS. If it is required, we have to install some SSL certificate. But as of now, you can just do that. It will give just warning only, so it won't impact anything. So simply save it and click on next. Yeah, if you see here, what is your piece of application? So in my case, it is Python, right? I'm taking higher version of Python. This is the beauty of cloud functions, because already your applications is available inbuilt like that. See, Node.js, .NET, Java, means we no need to install any software. Do we need to install anything? No, I haven't installed anything, right? But still I'm trying to deploy my application. That's the beauty of cloud function as a part of serverless computing. Means what is serverless computing? Ikkada meeku clear ga ardhamayipoyi untundi. So it's kind of a stateless basically. Means runtime, it will provisioning your environment whatever you needed according to your what else, your application. Then it will provision, it will create the environment, it will deploy your piece of code like that. So just click on Python 3 thing. And what is my source code? Here cloud source repository. అంటే అది అడుగుతుంది, ఓకే నీ యొక్క అప్లికేషన్ కోడ్ ఎక్కడ ఉందని అడుగుతుంది. సో సోర్స్ కోడ్ వుడ్ బి క్లౌడ్ సోర్స్ రిపోజిటరీ. ఈ మూడు కమింగ్ డేస్ లో వస్తాయి మనకి. ఓకే, డోంట్ బదర్ అబౌట్ దట్. స్టిల్ వీఆర్ హియర్ వన్ ఓన్లీ. సో క్లౌడ్ సోర్స్ రిపోజిటరీ నుంచి నేను నా కోడ్ ని తీసుకుంటున్నాను. ఓకే, ఫైన్. That is the branch. What is the branch? My master branch. So here it is very important, this branching kind of thing. I told you, right? Private branches and master branches. Let's say majority of the people just mistakes ఏంటంటే G repo master codes ఉంటాయి, private branches ఉంటాయి. Private branch. So majority of people will do what it means. Simply they will సెలెక్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మాస్టర్ కోడ్ బదులు ప్రైవేట్ బ్రాంచెస్ ని కోడ్ ని ప్రైవేట్ కోడ్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటారు, సమ్ టైమ్స్ బై హ్యూమన్ మిస్టేక్స్ అన్నమాట. సో వన్స్ యూ స్టార్ట్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్, it will take your old code, not the master code. Means whatever you have done the changes, అది మాస్టర్ లో ఉంటాయి కానీ ప్రైవేట్ బ్రాంచ్ లో ఉండవు కదా, ఉంటాయి, వేరే డిఫరెంట్ చేంజెస్ ఉంటాయి, రైట్? సో వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ డన్ ద కోడ్, అల్టిమేట్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ పిఆర్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది? మాస్టర్ బ్రాంచ్ లోకి వెళ్తుంది. సో మీరు ఇక్కడ మాస్టర్ బ్రాంచ్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయకుండా వేరే బ్రాంచ్, అంటే ఇప్పుడైతే మనకు ఒకటే బ్రాంచ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఒకటే చూపిస్తుంది. అదే మీకు ఒక 2-3 ప్రైవేట్ బ్రాంచెస్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఇట్ విల్ ఇండికేట్ హియర్ యాజ్ వెల్. ఓకే, సింప్లీ వాట్ దే డూ, they in the sense cloud engineers basically maname. So they will use simply their private branches, they will start the deployment. Once deployment is gone, once deployment is completed, then customer will start the cry. Why? Because the changes whatever you made, that the old changes, the new changes are not at all reflecting over the application. So business people, customers, everything will screw your mind and then what. So please make sure whatever branches you have to deploy, so please make sure it has to be mentioned here. So slash in the sense whatever repository means, inside this repository whatever slash means, it will start my first repo, inside that it will take entire code anamata. Otherwise you can give the path as well, but no need to do that because we need to maintain some path and again I need to go and copy. It's not a good practice. Simply give slash, then it will take whatever your repository code, then just simply go and deploy. So it will take around 120 seconds. Means something wrong. What happened? Something wrong. Version failed. First deployment version failed. Okay, super. Failure retrieve function source code. Okay, why? Something We did run. Let's see. Let's check the logs first. Okay, failure to retrieve function source code. Okay, what happened? This is thing service account. This is my thing. Okay, go to logs. Because my deployment is failed now, so I need to troubleshoot it. Okay, so how you can troubleshoot? You can see like this. I need to go my logs. No, not this log. This is my log. Okay, resource name. It is taking first what happened. Authentication happened. Authorization. Great. Then I think I don't see any error here. Location. My application is not deployed properly. Let's see. Yeah, default repository. Sorry. Okay, maybe we have given wrong repository. Okay, fine, no problem. Did you get that? So we have given repository name as a default, right? It's not correct, right? We have to give what is my repo name? My first repo. That is the mistake. Okay, so just go and deploy now. So it will take around 120 seconds, approximately 2 minutes value. So when I was given as a default now, it is searching for default folder. There is no default folder inside the repository, right? Once I given my first repo, then my code is picking, sorry, my command is trying to search my first repo. Inside that, whatever my files are there, based on that, my deployment will happen. That is the simple strategy. Okay. So like that, we need to troubleshoot is, first of all, we have to make sure everything is good as expected before going to deployment. Then we have to trigger the deployment. Till pre-production, we don't have any issue. But when you're deploying pre-production, especially, we have to make sure all are good. Otherwise, if deployment fails, a lot of mails will come to the picture. From the business team, customers team, everybody will come and you will ask to you why deployment is failed, XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Yeah, time, I don't want to waste your time, so let me these kind of things how live will happen. Live lo ilanti deployments ela jarugutayante, we have some standard procedure because this is the live environment. Simple ga nenu input chesina laga simple ga ante adi work wise everything is simple, but production lo deployment cheyali ante technical work ante procedure is the most important. So I would like to explain the procedure first. You know very well how you can deploy things because already I shows you know very simple and straightforward. But what is the procedure? I mean, because majority of the people not coming from the live projects, right? So I would like to explain here. So let's say we have a production deployments. Of course, it will happen like, you know, we know very well weekends, right? You know very well weekends జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. Saturday, Sunday మాత్రమే production deployment జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. What is the procedure? You know, let's say I have one requirement where it's supposed to be deployed into production. What is the procedure? First of all, we have to follow process. For that, we have a supply chain management team. Supply chain management team means they are very functional. They know everything, each and everything. Technical, if they don't know technical also, but what exactly happening, they know. End-to-end business, they know Sanamata. So that is where these kind of a teams will writing some kind of a process Sanamata. Just blindly deploy చేయలేం మనం ఏది కూడా production లో. So we have a process first. దీన్నే governance అంటాం మనం. These are the functional kind of words, guys. Okay, not technical words. Governance and governance is nothing but a policy, rights. Policy means set up a rules. That's it. Rules is nothing but a process. So what is the process? First of all, I have to raise CR. CR means change request. So this change request, we have one form. Don't bother, customer will give form. ఈ ఫామ్ అనేది ఒక వర్డ్ ఫార్మాట్ లోనే ఏదో ఒక ఫార్మాట్ లో ఉంటుంది. This form I have to fill everything. ఏంటి? Which service, which application, which version, what is the project name, and XY మనము ఎగ్జామ్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అన్ని ఫిల్ చేసుకుంటారు కదా మనతోటి అట్లా. if I would like to do some one deployment in the production, I have to fill this here document first. Okay, procedure is the most important. In the technicals, how you people are handling production deployment, just explain me technical along the functional antaru. So this thing will more important. Apart from technical, process also most important, especially for this kind of a deployments, production deployment. So once form is filled, it will go to supply chain management team in the in your organization. They will review and they will see the impact. Let's say some holidays are coming, they won't allow you. If holidays are there, they won't allow you to do deployment, because if something wrong, majority of the people live slow under. If something wrong, so nobody will not be available, right? And a majority of the holidays లో ప్రొడక్షన్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనేది ఇదిగా ఉంటుంది. జస్ట్ క్రిస్టమస్ ఉంటుంది, క్రిస్టమస్ టైంలో ఫ్రీ చేసేస్తారు డిప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ ని. ఆ 25 days or 1 month, nobody will not take, maximum majority of the parts, I'm saying not 100 all projects, but majority of the parties they won't allow you to do deployments. So production releases freeze అయిపోతాయి క్రిస్టమస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో. freeze means stop చేసేస్తారు ఒక 25 days 30 days, means majority of the application owners, lot of people will go went to vacations అన్నమాట. So that kind of thing, once CR is rare, they will do validate. Once everything good, they will do approve. Once this CR is approved, then you have to come again, you have to fill one more form, that is technical TR document, technical review document. What is that? అసలు డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఎలా చేస్తున్నావు? ఓకే, you have to write all steps, login into GCP console, go to this, step by step you have to write, and you have to write backout plan. Again, backout plan means, let's say due to some technical reason this deployment is failed, how you can backup, మళ్ళీ నీ సిస్టమ్ని ఎట్లా స్టేబుల్ చేస్తావు వర్కింగ్ మోడ్లోకి. ఫర్గెట్ అబౌట్ why it is failed. Again మనం వర్కింగ్ మోడ్లోకి సిస్టమ్ని తెచ్చిపెట్టాలి, right? So you have to write backout plan as well. Then again you have to go to supply chain manager. Again they will review everything looking very good, then approve. Then you have to plan your CR. When this all process, you have to take all approvals before 14 days. అంటే అన్ని చోట్ల ఇలానే ఉంటుందని చెప్పను, మినిమం లైక్ కొంతమంది 10 days, కొంతమంది 7 days అట్లా ఉంటుంది, డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ కంపెనీ అండ్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో మినిమం 2 weeks you have to complete this all process. Once everything is ready, then you can just trigger the button, you can start your deployments. That's it. So this is the entire procedure. This is procedure antam, not technical, functional procedure antam. Some people they will maintain 7 days, but critical deployments ఉంటాయి. Critical deployments అంటే, let's say they business side they have some bug, ఆ bug ని application term they have fixed the issue, very critical, where they are losing the business. Because of this bug, they are losing the business from the customer point of view. So for that, supply chain management will give some exceptional deployments అంటాం. Exceptional అంటే we are not following 14 days, hardly we can follow 1 or 2 days. That deployment, then emergency deployments under critical deployment, whatever people are calling, you can use that names. 1 or 2 days lo, for that they need CEO approval. ఎవరైతే కంపెనీ యొక్క CEO ఉంటాడో high level approvals they are needed, because we can, supply chain management will not break any rules. Even the CEO is asking, they will not break the rules. అంత పవర్ ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకి, because ఆ గవర్నెన్స్ ఆ కంట్రోలింగ్ లేకపోతే products will mess up. So that's why they're very strong. They won't allow you unless if you have a very strong reason. In this case, business is going to impact, my customer is losing money, so they need, once they took CEO approval, then only they will allow you to emergency deployments. So this kind of procedures do we have in the live organizations. And one more thing, మీరు వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు, even though anybody will come put on you as a pressure, do deployment, don't agree. You shouldn't also break the rules. Even though మీ మేనేజర్ కాదు, మీ ఆర్కిటెక్ట్ కాదు, మీ అప్లికేషన్ ఓనర్, సీనియర్ సూపర్ మేనేజర్ చెప్పినా, no, I have to follow my process. So don't be panic, don't be bend under the pressure. ఎవరో ప్రెషర్, బిగ్ షాట్స్ చెప్తున్నారు చేసేద్దామా అని బ్లైండ్ గా చేయకండి అట్లా. You have to follow the process. You have to take all necessary approvals. Otherwise your job will be trouble. If you did, once you trigger the command, once you trigger the deployment by unprocessed, means without processing, then your job in the trouble. Okay, after that nobody will not come and help you because you deny the process, right? So you have to the custodian for that. So that is the functional procedure. Again, it's failed. Super. Let's see why it's failed again. What happened today? Other failures, but it's good actually. Fine. Fail user code. This is really bug in the user code. Error message. Please ignore logs. Okay, I need to log the logs. Okay, where it is. Functions documenting loops. Additional troubleshooting document can. This is, let's go to logs. Logs are the most important. Okay, what happened? This is my authorized mode name. This is 7. What is the audit log and Google? Authentication method. Logs is not giving proper information. Really crazy. Let me go some debug. So if I want to troubleshoot, guys, this is the way how you can troubleshoot. Logs lo nunchi manam troubleshoot cheyalsi vastundi. So I'm searching for error log because what is the error? I'm just supposed. I was very curious to see that. Projects, central functions, human state. What's wrong with that? Service name. This is fine. And nothing is there. Then what is the problem? I need to debug more. In debug also it is showing very less logs. I don't see any error. Updating and thing. I don't see. Are you able to see any error, guys, here? For me, I'm not able to see any error here, but still it is failing. Okay, let's see. Let me check URL first. Unknown function status. Yeah, my first report has it's taken my first report. That's fine. Branch master. This is my. Let me go to my source code. One second. Let me check my live code. Nothing big, very small change I did actually, nothing big change. Really interesting. Let's open my URL. Now at least error is changed. Your client does not have permission. Okay, okay, got it. Your client does not have permission to get URL elements from this server. Okay, I have master code on the right. Yeah, somebody is asking something. Let's do one by one. Debug cheddam one by one. Whatever we have followed the steps. Let me double let me double check it. Okay. First, what we have done, we open cloud function. This is thing. This is trigger URL. And the next time, my first report. This is my cloud repository. Okay. Entry point. Let me change my entry point. It's not at all a problem. Let's see.
ఎక్స్క్లమేషన్ మార్క్ ఎందుకు చూపిస్తుంది ఇంతకు ముందు స్క్రీన్ లో కాన్ఫిగరేషన్
Where it is?
బ్యాక్ స్క్రీన్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ లో ఇంతకు ముందు ప్రీవియస్ పేజ్ ఇది కాదు జోన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేశారు కదా
Sure, okay. Okay. Previous.
యా ఇక్కడ పైన పైన
This year?
Ah,
This is failed, right? It's failed. It's
okay.
failed. The status
Okay,
is
okay.
failed, red. It should be
Okay,
green.
okay,
It should be
okay,
green
okay.
actually, but it's failed actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I just in the entry point is not all a problem, but still I can have one more try. Nothing wrong. Everything looks good only, but system will not do wrong. But still, let's see how will go the things. Still is deploying. Okay, it will take around 2 minutes actually. Now it's success. Okay. Okay. Sometimes when I'm not sure, guys, I just changed the function name here. It doesn't make sense, but still I'm not sure. The last time, let's go one more time in the logs. I want to see the previous logs and present logs where we did wrong. Come on, load fast, please. Yeah. So this is my successful logs. The same logs it is giving. Even the for error also the same log. Nothing. I don't see any differences here. For this error also, I don't see any error. Okay, not sure, but it's really weird. But okay, let's see if we see any error in the future. Definitely, we can troubleshoot one more time. I just changed this thing. So when you are doing, if you get any error, just paste it over the WhatsApp. Okay, it's all about just kind of a practice. And of course, errors రావడం చాలా మంచిది ఎందుకంటే you might get some kind of experience in order troubleshooting your issues because every time happy path is not a good, right? Sometimes we need to face the failures as well. So let's open your trigger. I mean nothing but your endpoint. Again, it's okay. Let me trigger that URL one more time. Let me do refresh it. Let me do loading the data. Yeah, now let's go. Your client doesn't have permission, you will go stay from this server. Yeah, error is same. Deployment is good, but still error is same. Really, really weird actually. Let's see. This is my service account. Let me check the permissions. Engine computing. Yeah, my service account also looking good. Permissions are there already. Traffic is allowed. Everything looks good. Let's check the permissions. Yes, I am a owner. I should have everything. Let's check the function at least if it is work or not. I am checking function here, like name is equal to some shake. And yes, invalid. Why? I'm doing right only right. Where is my open braces? Yeah, this is my open braces and close braces. Uh, so what is problem? I'm passing just name colon. Yeah, now it's taken maybe space issue. Okay, let's take at least my function. Yeah, function is working, guys. Come on, you see here, Women's International Day. My name is coming here. I mean, just kind of a HTML code. I mean, website man పేరు వస్తుంది కదా అట్లా. Function is working. By my endpoint UI is not working. That is really crazy. So this endpoint should work because I am allowing traffic. Your client does not have permission to get to URL. Okay, seems like whatever we clone the repository, maybe they have put. No, I don't think so, but still, I will check that. Not at all a problem. Okay, I will check that. So at least it is testing function. Let's say if I am writing something here. So let's say my website, I need to change my name. So I'm simple writing one code here. Let's say welcome to the women's, not women's, welcome to the party for Women's National Day. Let's test my function. Yeah, my website is changing. See, whatever I mean, welcome to party, it is coming here. So I'm not sure about as of now. Today, tomorrow I will. Today night or tomorrow I will fix that. Tomorrow I will explain that because I don't want to waste your time. Nothing. ఈ మనకి వెబ్సైట్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. సేమ్ ఈ వెబ్సైట్ వెల్కమ్ నోట్ ఆ వెబ్సైట్ లో కనిపిస్తుంది మీకు. దట్ ద ఓన్లీ అవుట్పుట్ ఐ సపోజ్ టు బి షో యూ అనమాట. బట్ అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ ఇట్స్ నాట్ హ్యాపెన్. Let's see, troubleshoot I can do later because now it is green. I don't see any kind of errors, but I will do that. Okay, so let's come to the picture. Now the beauty of cloud functions is I will take some small our regular scenario where we can use it this. So yesterday what I told you, event kind of things we can use it, this kind of a cloud functions I told you, right? Let's say I have some banking array. So banking website. Okay, I have some banking website. You know very well how banking, so like tabs and everything would be there. Let's say recently Women's Day came, right? What happened? One navigation will keep on scrolling, right? Women's Day ki, Dasara ki. So these all things next to day means after 12 midnight of festival of 12, it will show you scrolling you like welcome to the Dasara festival, something, right? How it is happening? Because Dasara will happen for one day, Christmas will happen for one day, and something, any festival will happen only for one day. The scrolling will happen only for 12 hours or 24 hours only. So that kind of a small kind of a models at runtime change ante, this kind of cloud functions will useful for any application. Let's say I just changed my any scrolling message using this HTML code. Simply I'm writing something, I'm deploying something. So that kind of thing, if I want supposed to be run and deploy for applications because they made some changes. ఇది కూడా మనం రాయము, వాళ్ళే రాస్తారు. ఆమె రెండు నేనే యాక్ట్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి డెవలపర్ గా కమ్యూనిటీగా మీకు రాసి చూపిస్తున్నాను ఇక్కడ. So simply this kind of a scrolling and this kind of website kind of a changes at runtime, this kind of functions will very helpful అనమాట. సో ఇదే మీరు ఇంకొకటిలో చేయాలి అంటే lot of changes we have to, lot of provisioning, lot of things, lot of dependencies, because here simply infrastructure is creating at runtime by GCP here. GCP engine create చేస్తుంది by using of cloud functions. But if you are using some different kind of things, it will, we can do, but ఇలాంటి small kind of scenarios కి like specific like even events ఏ కదా, జస్ట్ వచ్చి వెళ్తూ ఉంటాయి అంతే మనకి అప్పుడప్పుడు. ఎనీ ఫెస్టివల్స్ కి కానివ్వండి, ఏదైనా ఆఫర్స్ పెడుతూ ఉంటారు. లెట్స్ సే టుమారో ఈజ్ January 1st, we have a offer sale 50%, 20% like that. So application will do such a kind of a run statically, not dynamically. They will change the businesses according to the situation, right? So during that time you can use this kind of a things అన్నమాట. So that are the cloud functions today. And coming to the differences, let's say since last 4 days we are keep on talking about serverless computing by three options. One is the one is the cloud run, one is the app engine, one is the cloud functions. But what is the difference here today? So for that purpose today I would like to show one small table for you. If you see here, forget about this last column, okay? E column ignore చేసేయండి present కి మీరు, okay? We have to focus only these three here. If you see here, comparing stateless application types first means, of course, since last year we are doing stateless applications, deployments, whatever. Let's say this is app engine, cloud functions, and cloud run. Coming to first deployment type, అది ఏ kind of application? Complex application, stateless application. అదే cloud function అయితే we can use the deployment type as a function. అదే cloud run అయితే we are using containers. If you see my last second lab, I used the container, but here I didn't use any container here. Only I did use the function here. As application we did maintain the application. That too we have created the config.file lo manam infrastructure ni maintain chesam here. But here we don't see anything here. Next, scaling. Yes, app engine also will do scale up. Cloud function also will do scale up. Cloud and also scale up capacity ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకి. And this is the most important, runtime support. App engine will support only Java, Node, Python, Go. Go is also one language, guys. Go language అంటాం మనం, and PHP. But cloud functions will be scope only for Node and Python and Go. Today we have done Python because we have limitations. For cloud run, this is the beauty. So in the live projects, majority of the times we can use cloud run only. Okay, as a part of training session, I have covered everything, but in the live projects, 80 to 90, 70 to 80% of the projects, they will use cloud run, because మన projects లో ఓన్లీ నోడ్ పైథాన్ ఇవే ఉంటాయని చెప్పలేం కదా, ఇంకో డిఫరెంట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, రైట్? C#, like that also, right? So for that purpose we can use cloud run here based on your application language. Then it will support runtime based on these three anamata. Next, access controls is not a much importance, but still we can discuss. Auth 2.20 means it's authentication protocol, guys. And CACP also I don't know what it is, I'm not sure about it. And Firebase means authentication, access మన permissions ఉంటాయి కదా. Let's say if I want to run app engine, I need to give some kind of authentication. Since I am a owner, everything I can take care. But I am చెప్పాను కదా permissions మీకు. So different deployment కి ఒక రోల్ ఇస్తాం మనం, స్టోరేజ్ కి ఒక రోల్ ఇస్తాం. సో ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ ఆల్సో డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేసే పర్సన్ కి ఒక డెడికేటెడ్ రోల్ ఇస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ కాలింగ్ యాజ్ ఏ యాప్ ఇంజన్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ రోల్ అన్నమాట. So cloud functions will support to IAM permissions, cloud and also IAM permissions along with some extra Google sign-in and Firebase authentication. Firebase authentication means we can restrict the access and that kind of things we can do control. Still me deployment చేసేటప్పుడు we can control. Let's say ఒక deployment function production లో చేస్తున్నాను, still someone has to be approved, then only it has to be deployed. ఆ కండిషన్స్ కూడా రాయొచ్చు మనం. రియల్ టైమ్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే నేను ట్రిగ్గర్ చేశాను బై మిస్టేక్, సేమ్ బై మిస్టేక్ ట్రిగ్గర్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, ప్రొడక్షన్ సెన్సిటివ్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ అని చెప్పాను కదా, just blindly I trigger some wrong something like that, but it will not directly trigger. Still someone needs to be do review, then they will verify, they will approve, then deployment will start. So that kind of controls also we can do that. Next, HTTP customs, these are the very normal things, not an important. The first three is the most important. First three access controls is just kind of a security, nothing much about technical here. These three are the most important. So if you ask any interview or any kind of a clarification, or when you are discussing with cloud architects, this kind of table మీరు పెట్టుకోండి, so you can easily understood. This table I took it from the Google only. I mean GCP material only. I'm not creating this. Okay, so this is the authorized table which has been given by Google. So that's it for today. ఇంకొకటి ఏదో చెప్పాలి అనుకున్నాను మీకు. Yeah, coming to, you have to bear for next 5 minutes because today it will going some long session, but more important and worthy also. Next, come to one more important. After deployment, ఎందుకు నేను డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఎంత స్ట్రెస్ చేస్తున్నానంటే, బికాస్ మీరు రేపు క్లౌడ్ ఇంజనీర్ అయినప్పుడు డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఈజ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద మేజర్ రోల్ ఫర్ యూ. ఆఫ్టర్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎవ్రీ వీకెండ్స్ మీకు డిప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. మండే టు మన క్లౌడ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ కి మండే టు ఫ్రైడే టైమింగ్ వర్కింగ్ కంటే సాటర్డే సండే కొద్దిగా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. జస్ట్ ఫర్ 1 hour 2 hours, బట్ దట్ ఆల్సో మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ రెగ్యులర్ అండ్ వీకెండ్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా మనకి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొసీజర్ అంటే, సో ఎండ్ టు ఎండ్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ. ఫంక్షనల్ చెప్పాను, టెక్నికల్ చెప్పాను, బట్ స్టిల్ ఐ నీడ్ టు ఫినిషింగ్ ఇట్ బై సమ్ లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గా ఐ నీడ్ టు ఫినిష్ దిస్ టాపిక్. సో ఫస్ట్ సోర్స్ కోడ్ చెక్ ఇన్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ హియర్ D అంటే డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ వాయిస్, అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ హోస్టింగ్ మై అప్లికేషన్. This is my source code. Let's say in this weekend I deployed 1.0 release. Okay, deployment is happened perfect and hosting also perfectly happened. Next I have a 2.0 release. Deployment is perfect and hosting the thing around. Let's say the 1.2 2.0 versions will be maintained by developers, guys. Let's say tomorrow we have a holy అనుకోండి, we have a holy festival. Okay, for holy festival the website is changed to like happy holy something like that. ఏదో ఒకటి వాళ్ళు జస్ట్ బిజినెస్ ప్రమోషన్ కోసం సమ్ అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ ఇస్తున్నారు. సో that advertisement will go to first release, and after 6 days again there is some festival or some changes anything, then if they're supposed to be remove these, and again they have to tell like happy game festivals, happy summer festivals. So again this change will come to 2.0 version. Likewise deployment జరుగుతూనే ఉంటాయి, versions maintain చేసుకుంటూనే వెళ్తూ ఉంటారు. It's a regular process. It's not stop for one day. Sometimes deployment stop కూడా అవ్వచ్చు, ఒక 1 month 2 weeks ఆగిపోవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే if they don't have any changes, why should do deployments, right? It's all about depends on your customers business మీద మీ యొక్క డిప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ అనేది చేంజెస్ అనేది డిప్లాయ్మెంట్. ఎనీ చేంజెస్ డెఫినెట్లీ డెవలపర్స్ will come through, they will check in into source code repository. ఇందాక ఈరోజు నేను చెక్ ఇన్ చేశాను కదా, బట్ లైవ్ లో ఆల్ థింగ్స్ విల్ చెక్ ఇన్ బై డెవలపర్స్. వాళ్ళని అప్లికేషన్ డెవలపర్స్ అంటాం, these people. So that's why from tomorrow onwards we are working as a dev and ops. So ఇప్పుడు దాకా operations చేసాం మనం. Now these operations how we are moving with development team. That's why calling as a dev means development, ops means operations. So why DevOps is a best practice means we are closely working with application developers. So together like DevOps and cloud engineers will work and try to support to the our n number of customers. So that is why simply I want to tell you this end-to-end pattern, because tomorrow onwards I would like to start DevOps, which is GCP DevOps, like pipelines. We have a lot of stuff tomorrow. I will explain which and everything. So more interesting from tomorrow onwards, apart from our regular administration. Then let's see how we'll go the things. Okay, so that's it for today, and I will be here for next 2. Oh no, I have some concern. Okay, someone was asking something, right? You are facing some command issue, something like that. So I can try to explain that. Can you please share that error logs? I think so asked by Chandrasekhar, I believe.
Yeah, right, right.
Can you please paste that error if possible?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah. If anybody interested, please be here in the call. If anybody have any work or something, you can leave it the call. It's all about just Chandrasekhar is facing some issue. So
It done. Basically.
yeah, I received it. So G Cloud Compute Space such as instance one, Zone US Central minus A. Mhm. No, syntax is wrong, I believe. Are you sure,
Wow.
Chandrasekhar?
No, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know.
I
Okay,
tried just now.
no problem. Do one thing.
Yeah, okay.
According to this error, is indicating your your syntax is something wrong here.
So when I see the last in YouTube, they maybe give this command. So that's why I'm trying that.
No problem. You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, command is everywhere is the same only. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Uh, have you set the project first before executing gcloud command? I
Okay.
told couple of things. You need to set prerequisites, right?
Okay. Okay.
Hope you recall. So just try to use those commands, okay?
Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you.
Because gcloud is not taking here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
no problem. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Any questions so far? So interesting, boring, or clumsy? Others?
Absolutely interesting. Just one
Yes,
small
please.
question I have.
Yes, please.
Like we discussed in the previous classes, I mean, if I remember the first class when I just joined the time, we were
Okay.
giving some permissions like whether that particular function or image is being accessed to the whole world or only to the intranet. So
Uh,
does that
intranet.
apply to cloud function also? I mean to say we can restrict the access
Acha, you're talking about the
using
issue.
permissions.
Okay.
Ah,
So
yes.
permissions, API is enabled. Permissions, I am the owner. That is the second thing. Mm, okay, you are talking about network level permissions.
Yes, I mean to who all can access that. I mean to say like
Yeah, because repository is mine, network is mine. I am the owner role. So
okay. No, I mean to
ideally,
say like
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah. That is very valid point actually. Permissions most probably actually, if I have permissions now, it shouldn't be green actually. My deployment should fail because of the permission. Here,
okay.
hosting the website, it is telling that your customer something like that, right? So my concern is when I'm hosting in the public, we haven't provided any network because this is the runtime environment, right? We are not the owners on it. So definitely they should give us, it should be hosted in the, because already we have done for a couple of things like app engine and
Yes, yes, yes.
cloud runs. So it's really different scenario. I'm not sure. Okay, I will check that angle as well. And thanks for bringing that. And after that, I will check. I will debug more logs. And tomorrow, most probably, I will come up with the RCM. Okay, RCM is root cause
Yes,
analysis.
yes.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else, guys?
Just click on the permissions once there.
Yeah. This is IAM roles basically. I am already a owner, so this is not at all related to application thing actually.
Okay.
Yeah. This thing I will check it because if I get some error, definitely. So if he has here allow all traffic, this is main indicating it should be open intranet or internet.
Okay, okay, okay.
So ideal scenario, as of now, sorry, I don't have any idea. I need to check more debug on that. So then only I
No,
can come
absolutely
close.
fine. Story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, and please try to do practices and hope so. I have uploaded all videos till yesterday. And if you have any, if you haven't received, please ask to Shankar. Okay, today video after 10 minutes I will upload it, so you can try to do that. Okay, so tomorrow we have DevOps. Chala, bye bye and good night and have a nice day.